but then they have to approve of it. And they're never, ever going to let a proper Deadpool-hosted Oscars happen.
It would be great.
Ryan Reynolds would be like, this is my script. And they're going to go, well, I like the part where you said, welcome to the Oscars.
And that's it.
We're going to have to take out the fuck you at the end.
I wish I could do a dwarf voice from Hearthstone.
Where did that come from?
I'm sorry, I was just thinking it in my own head because...
In your own head.
That's a scary place.
Wait. You were thinking in your own head, opposed to where else?
Well, I think in your head sometimes. No, just because in the Hearthstone opening, they just go, get in here! And I wish I could do that on Twitter, but Twitter is just text, so that will never happen. But...
Good thing you do little mini videos and GIFs.
Fuck. Get in here! It's not good.
No.
It's
You need work.
No, I'm never going to be able to do that.
Wait. But that
I can do voices. Some of
that
them.
accent's like what? Like
It was a mixture of Scottish
it's an Irish, isn't it?
Irish
Like,
together.
Irish,
It's
Scottish.
Which apparently all dwarves are Scottish, but
Scottish, Irish.
They're Irish, yeah.
Mixture of both.
yeah.
You never know.
They all have beards, they don't have... Their women look like they're men, and they're Irish.
We need to show them that video.
That
country
all have
video
beards.
you showed me.
Yes.
We played yesterday.
Their women are very
Beer.
masculine.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they're angry all the time.
You can do that after.
They're Scottish.
Mm. I mean...
How about Swedish? Because I hear Sweden women are nice. They look nice.
I'm a Cape Bretoner. I'm familiar with the anger of the Scots.
So it's the same thing in Cape Breton is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what sucks? Being part Scottish but having an Irish last name in Cape Breton.
Yeah, that would suck.
So,
Don't worry, guys, I am actually Scottish as well. Yes, but you have an Irish last name.
are you amongst the other Cape Bretoners that are pissed off that that project's not happening? The giant statue memorial at the end of this thing. That was, like, I get it, but like, do we really need our own Lady Liberty? Like,
We do. In Cape Breton. We do.
In Cape Breton, out of all places.
It should be a statue of Dudley Do-Right. That's what it should
We're
be.
also talking about one of the places where there was
Dudley Do-Right west
there was
so.
a
There's a
military outpost that wasn't in Cape Breton. There was a military outpost that was taken over by the Nazis, and they only found out about it in 1988.
It's actually very uncomfortable.
It doesn't matter who comes to
Fun,
Cape
but
Breton. They become good people.
And you know what they did?
We have this place. Oh, no, we're actually nice now.
No. The Nazis.
Just realized we're wearing like the same sweaters.
That's it. Do it at top of
Put your shirt back on, Jesus Christ. Sorry. This is apparently not PG-13. Yeah.
180 views.
Yeah.
So that's all it took.
Yeah.
Well,
We're gonna start in 4 minutes, guys. I like to give everybody a chance to get in here. Look, they're skyrocketing. We're going up in viewers.
you mean me?
Oh no, Champagne just said laughing my fucking ass off.
What, you have chat?
Yep.
Why do you have chat?
Because I rock, you don't.
What the fuck is going on here? What kind of bullshit is this?
Yes, how do you do?
Oh, Vader Van Odin joined us tonight. He says my eyes. Don't do that ever again.
The what? Who joined us?
Who? Gesundheit?
Vader Van Odin.
Oh, yeah.
Not gonna lie, I did think we weren't
You said it
streaming yet.
really. You said it really
He did
quickly.
say we were streaming.
Yeah, you said.
I wasn't paying attention.
I said we're
Yeah.
going live.
Didn't pay
Hey
attention.
Matt, you should.
That's alright.
Generally, when this is on the
Yeah.
screen here,
I have
we're
no shame.
live.
I have no shame.
I know.
Never mind.
No regrets, but
Yeah, no regrets.
There you go, Sam.
You know, I would have thought that down here, where it's a big empty space, would show you where the fucking chat would be.
No, it's
You
on
don't
the
use-
right.
No, yeah.
Use the empty space, Sam.
hey, I think
Come
Dom.
Yeah,
I put my iPad
Yeah, he
down.
was like, "Oh no, it's on the side."
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh god.
we're gonna start in 3 minutes.
You know what? I just realized there's iPhone, iPad, Mac. We're in no way part sponsored by Apple.
Nope.
If Apple wants to sponsor us,
Give Mike a call. Here's his number.
I just watched Steve Jobs. I don't know if that helps you. You guys apparently idolize the guy.
Yeah.
So,
Give
for the
us-
record,
yeah.
kind of a dick.
Well, you know what? I think the company stands firm behind his belief by telling the FBI to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, sure.
I'm surprised they
I
didn't
stand
talk,
firm behind that.
I'm surprised they didn't talk about that in the I guess it's a week ago now.
Mm.
Well, it happened last week, so.
It's insane the amount of money these companies make from just getting, like, selling, like, user information and stuff to people.
Right?
It's crazy.
So much.
Literally no one's saying anything. Like, I don't know. Like, I can put it here so we can share.
2
I
minutes.
just like to know what's going on. I don't like that.
There's people saying stuff.
Yeah.
Gavin just wrote,
I
so
can
what's the discussion? So
I know.
answered.
I know.
What's the discussion?
Our main topic tonight is going to be the division beta.
Yep.
And comparing greatness question from the manager that I'm going to leave as a... my brain's dead. I can't think of it.
Use your words.
Surprise?
Use your words.
Yes.
Secret?
Secret.
Anything?
Yeah.
Any generic word in the first like, 100 words of the dictionary?
Tease. Or tease.
Tease.
I was leaving
Just-
it blank as
I
a
do-
Just so we're all
That's
clear.
Just such a tease.
Just so we're clear, secret, surprise, tease, they're all closer to the end of the dictionary than they are to the start.
Not my dictionary.
It makes so much sense now.
I do words good. That's what Matt does. I do words good.
We're starting in a second, guys. Thanks for joining.
1 second, alright, start.
Now, retweet! Everybody.
You can't make me.
I think he can.
Well, I could. I'm just not
How?
a dick.
How are you gonna make me?
Well, I could take your phone from you and do it.
Yes, because you know my password.
Oh, see, I was more thinking putting one of his hands in a pair of
What?
vice grips and snapping fingers until he
Huh?
does it. But
password
yeah,
is G.
we could do that too.
Now it's locked. Ooh,
It's an M.
Jimmy answered something.
He's hiding his password.
The new iOS actually makes you have a password of 6 digits
Yeah.
now. But
Yeah.
my thumb
You know, that was like, you know,
Yeah, I have thumbprint or I have to have a word.
That-
because
that
of
was-
stupid email.
just my, that was like 2-3 months ago now.
Also, the news
Yeah.
update, I can get rid of it if I want. But right at the moment, I can't.
My thing about the
Apple tells you not to do that.
Oh yeah, Champagne was talking about that.
Apple
All
tells
right.
you not to do a lot of things.
Everybody ready?
Yeah.
We good to go?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get this shit started. Get this shit on the
Shit.
road, I guess.
On the
On
go.
the go.
On the go. Thank you.
He said it first, but yes.
Yeah, but I don't like him. He's wearing the same sweater as me because he's a jerk. I wear this sweater like once every 3 weeks. You couldn't change? No, it's nice. I'm wearing the same thing underneath, you know?
Also, if I forget mentioning this, anything later champagne, I'm sorry. I'll try to scroll back up and remember.
All right, let's do this.
Did you get yours from Mark's?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you mine's the same size as yours.
I bet you it is. You got red here, I got gray.
Yeah, I didn't like the gray. I like the
Matt,
I
red.
like the gray.
Matt, check.
Well,
No. Mike's doing
I can
well.
tell
He's
you what
lost
mine
XL.
is. XL? Oh.
You've lost 19 pounds, though. You're gonna.
I have lost
Yeah.
19 pounds.
Hey!
Hey, all right, let's start.
Hey, you got a cake.
We're starting?
No, that's the opposite. We're starting.
Oh, phone's on silent.
Yes, please.
Oh,
Just start. Don't worry about it. I forgot about my
But you're
phone.
talking still. You're explaining that we should start while you're talking.
Cool, quick.
Cool, quick. All right, let's do it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the LAGGSPIKE podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Chalice. With me today, I have the man with the beard, Mac Bird.
how's it going?
Mac Bird? What?
Whatever.
Mr. Josh Quigley.
He's been gone so long he forgot his name.
I
that
know,
one
he's,
episode.
he's dead to me, apparently. And our own little storm cloud, Sam Landry, Mr. Gloom and Doom.
I got nothing.
You got nothing. Words. We have a great show planned for you today. Good Lord, I worked, I guess, and words not coming in head things.
I do words good.
Yes. We have a great show planned for you today. We will cover Fallout 4 DLC announcements and price changes, Division Beta reactions, since we've all had a chance to play it, and we'll be answering a few questions from our viewers. But first, what have you been playing this week, gentlemen? Matt, you've had a little bit of time to game, finally.
Finally.
Yeah.
Went through the entire Firewatch game last night. Some Division beta, but I won't get into Division because that's later.
We'll be going over
back.
later.
And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, and Unravel before we
Siege.
start streaming this.
Yeah.
Did you see
so-
Siege?
I haven't played Siege.
No.
I did.
You did.
I did. I unlocked Tachanka.
What'd you think of Firewatch?
Right in the feels and then right in the nuts.
That's how I felt too. I mean, it's the same thing. Josh, what have you been playing this week, buddy?
I played some Siege. That was good. Enjoying that.
Yep.
Did some
Stuff.
Division beta.
Okay,
There we go.
So were you like drawing divisions?
Yeah.
Is that what
Just spelling it.
No, just doing it.
Yeah.
Division.
The Division beta, which I enjoyed, and then I played.
Can I just
the
stop you right
following.
there? I'm sorry. You did a percentage sign. I just have to point that out. Not a division sign. Keep going. I'm sorry. I had to. You were like a division sign.
That was worth being interrupted for. Don't even apologize.
You know what? They're close enough.
No.
That's not the same thing.
I always pick.
All right. Josh, continue. I'm sorry.
Played some Following, which I'm about halfway through the story of the Following, and I've decided that they took everything I liked about the original and got rid of it. And then they were like, hey, let's take all of the things that people hate and let's do a lot of it.
I might have stolen that a little bit from him when I
Yeah.
did the double take earlier today.
I was quite vocal with some of my anger last night while I was in the chat with Matt.
My quote for the following is, "It is one of the few things on this planet that a dune buggy can't make better."
Well put. In fact, the Dune Buggy actually made it worse.
Yes.
What?
Apparently going faster and not having draw distance able to load quick enough is not a good thing.
It's okay in single player.
That's what everybody keeps saying, but one of the draws of the game is co-op. So.
I've only been playing it single player, and I just... Well, you heard how happy I was with it last night.
No, I didn't.
No. Remember all of the angry cursing and muttering and this... You may not have been there.
No,
He
I wasn't
there
there.
in the chat.
Okay.
Sam wasn't there. It was me, Brewer, and Scott.
I was watching.
Anyway, that was
I
all
think.
the Following, because it just... Anyway, I'm going to beat it at some point, but
Sure.
I had to take it out of my machine, put it in its case, and put the case away, because I need a break from it.
Just beat it.
No, I need a break from it. And then I did Fallout 4. No, I was ignoring that. And then I played Fallout 4, and I think that's everything I played this week.
Right on. Sam, what have you been up to?
Division.
Yep.
Siege.
Mm-hmm. That it? You good now?
Yep. I
Okay.
checked something in the chat.
All right. Fine.
Just because we're in it. Division, Siege, Naruto, League. I think that's it. I think that's really it. No, I played a little bit of COD, but then I realized I'm just going to trade that in.
Yeah.
Did you play any Halo?
I played a little bit of Reach. And then I wanted to find a rusty spoon to take my eyes out and
Yeah.
forget.
I just know at one point when we were talking last
What
night, we were talking
happened?
about playing Reach.
I didn't like Reach, so.
Reach is my favorite, but then I remember what Halo 5 looks like, and I go, oh.
Yeah.
It may be
It's
one of
tough.
those things that's it's best to remember it.
I was just like, what's the sprint? Oh, there's no sprint button.
It is
What
tough.
kind of bullshit is this?
Going back to older games, depending on the games, a lot of them don't hold up, and a
No.
lot of the Xbox 360, PS3, you'll probably notice that most of them won't hold up.
I traded in.
Yeah,
I traded in.
Master Chief
Uncharted.
Collection. Oh, Uncharted. Yeah,
I beat one. I got halfway through 2, and then I stopped playing it at exactly the same spot I stopped playing it in the first time. And then I tried playing 3, and then went, I'll just wait for 4 if I even decide to get 4.
sure. It's tough. I've been playing Siege. Really liking that, or G.I. Joe's the game, which is what I'm going to continue to call until Overwatch comes out. And I played a lot of the Division beta, mainly because I really like screwing around in Dark Zones and stuff with friends. Very excited for that. But I think other than that, that's all I've really played. I am going to be starting up Final Fantasy IX on my Vita.
I'm
Really excited for that.
still waiting for 15. That'll be my first Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, should
What?
find out soon. This coming month, we'll have the launch party and stuff. Not the launch party, but the
So did you get in touch with Square Enix?
the
or
launch
something, or-
announcement party is
Like-
what it is. Whatever it's called. Anyway,
Like I was going to say, I'm like, did they send you an email saying you get beta keys for all of us and we
Oh.
get the full game ahead of time? Like, are you
It's-
getting reviewers' copies?
no.
Oh.
It's going to be really great though. Kind of Funny's hosting it, and I'm excited
Oh,
to see what
never
they
mind.
announce and stuff.
I'll just sit down.
Yeah.
Close and do something else.
Yeah, that's how I feel when you talk about Rooster Teeth. Moving on, a few housekeeping notes before we go through the news. Are you done?
Yep.
Yeah. Before a few housekeeping notes, patreon.com/gaminglag. If you like our content, please go there and support us in any way that you can. You can also support us by going to our merch store and buying that stuff as well. And please, guys, go to gaminglagforums.com if you can. Really, really trying to build that as a positive community for us to talk about video games and stuff. There's only a few people that are actually active on it, like Lord X and a few other people, like my Crane wife or Joel, I guess. Sorry, I should call him that. Yeah, Sam's not even registered, so no. But honestly, the more people talk, the more it'll grow, and the more you share it with people, that'd be great. A little plug for Glitched Out Podcast, which Lord X hosted. I did that with him this week. He didn't have anybody to do it, and it was all topics that I could really relate to, including celebrating the Vita's 4th birthday, so you can check that out on Lord X's YouTube channel. It was really, really fun, and yeah, just wanted to say that. Let's do the news.
Sounds good.
First bit of news we have is Fallout 4 DLC announced with Automatron. First one coming in March for $9.99. Wasteland Workshop, which is going to be more stuff for your settlements in April. And Far Harbor, which is going to be that huge chunk of DLC coming the following month for $24.99. All of this DLC is available in the Season Pass right now for $29.99, but there's only a few days left of that. It will be raising to $49.99 March 1st. But will include a unannounced batch of DLC coming later on, I guess.
Fall.
In the fall, yeah. Out.
Seriously,
that was just painful.
So,
like, you're not a father yet.
yeah, I know. Or probably ever will be. But that being said, anybody care that they're raising the price? They're kind of doing the good guy thing by announcing it early that you can go buy it now if you want.
I bought it
You bought it
before
already.
the Fallout 4 actually came out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I pre-ordered
Bethesda,
mine.
I always trust their DLCs because there isn't, other than the house one in
Which
Skyrim.
is what the Wasteland Wanderer one's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be that
Well,
kind of junk one.
but,
or whatever. But Far Harbor sounds pretty interesting because one of the best parts of Fallout 4 was the Valentine Detective Agency, and that's what it is. It's a Valentine Detective Agency case. So that's pretty cool.
And you get to go to Far Harbor, Maine.
that's
Is that
close
what's
to
gonna
home.
be?
That's why it's called Far Harbor.
I didn't know that
That's
existed.
like close to home.
Yeah, well, so is Boston. I've been there. I saw Katy Perry.
Moving on.
There's
Yeah.
certain things you just want to keep to yourself.
Listen, I brought my wife. What do you want me to do?
Oh.
She was very excited.
Well, if you're going to talk about Katy Perry, then at the DICE Awards, Fallout 4 won Goaty.
Woo! For whatever reason.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So is that why you wooed? Like, are you Ric Flair or something?
No.
That wasn't a Ric Flair.
No, Ric Flair. I can do Ric Flair, but the mic would break. Speaking of Fallout 4, though, we'll move on to the next bit of news. Fallout 4 director Todd Howard says open world gaming is becoming commonplace, and I quote, "I think it's starting to become commonplace. It's not as unique, so you're seeing it a lot." Moving on, people are discovering that particular way of playing a game is what is really great about video games. It's obvious it's becoming commonplace, but I wanted to put this one in here only because, do you think that means they're going to move away from open world, or are they just going to try and revolutionize it better than anybody else has? Because I'd be interested to see what an Elder Scrolls game looks like when it's not open world.
If they
And it's
actually
like
go
like narrative and linear and things like that'd be interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, it's got dragons. Maybe the dragons can talk. Then you have Dragonheart. Anyway,
It
was terrible.
it.
Anybody have any thoughts on that though? Do you think that they'll ever move away, like the main studio there will ever move away from an open world adventure game?
I don't know. So much of what they do is based on being open world. It'd be tough for me to see them move away from it. Just because it would be weird. I think they could do it. I think they could do a really good job at a well narrative-driven story. It's just
I'd like to see the talent, because they have talented writers, but they're just throwing all this dialogue into a game like Fallout 4, and I'd love to see what their writers can do when they're set to, this is the story we're going to go with, and you don't have to have 111,000 lines of dialogue. It'd be interesting.
It would be.
Anybody else have anything to add on that?
No, I just want to know what their 3 new IPs that they're going to talk about at E3.
Heard that too, yeah.
Yeah.
So, everybody's wondering about what Bethesda's going to do. That's going to be one of the most exciting ones to watch because it's...
Again.
Yeah, again. Because, well, last year wasn't all that excited because we knew Fallout 4 was going to be the predominant thing. This year's way more exciting because we have no idea what the predominant one's going to be.
I was excited because I knew.
I know, and I understand that, but for me it wasn't all that exciting because I wasn't a Fallout 4 thing.
What?
Movie...
What are you using for captcha? Like, seriously. What is this? I can't read that.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah,
What?
Sam's not doing anything, so... at the DICE Awards, the Academy of Interactive Arts and Science inducted Hideo Kojima into its Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He belongs there.
I think so.
And he got a standing ovation, and it was awesome.
Yeah, exactly what he needed to get. Exactly what he needed to have. Apparently also in an article that I'll reference in the next little bit, his kids don't like his beard. Just random.
Hey. It's a nice beard.
Listen, I said last night on the podcast I was doing with Lord X that it reminds me that he's getting older and will someday not make video games, which is sad.
It's a terrible beard. Shave it off.
But speaking of Hideo Kojima, we learned a few new things about his new game as when he was at the DICE Awards, stating that it will be big and have a lot of freedom. The vaguest answer that everybody knows that everybody could have. Any thoughts on that?
Well, apparently it's going to be big.
Yep.
And
it might give you the freedom of how you want to play the game, maybe.
I hear there's
Hideo
some freedom.
Kojima, the MMO.
Yeah.
Just tour with him around the world.
Yeah. That's why he went on the tour. It's just his tour. That's the game. You get to meet Mark Cerny, and you get to meet Respawn guys, and all sorts of things.
You know, you got...
I'm willing to play it.
Norman Reedus shows up at one point.
Yeah.
You sit down with Guillermo.
Yeah, and Guillermo tells you that, I think this was an actual quote, I will do whatever Kojima wants to do.
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah, whatever the fuck he wants me to do.
That is like...
Yeah.
That's dangerous. That's putting a lot of trust. I need you to go to Africa, find a very, very angry elephant, and shove your hand in its ass.
That is relevant. Next, it could be his next game. He wants it and could be made into an anime. Which is
anime and manga.
The exact quote was, I want it to be made into an anime and manga.
Yeah, so
Manga and anime.
it'd be interesting because obviously that would be two things that I love from a creator that I love, and I'd be alright with that because...
It's a lot of love.
Yeah. Love Kojima, love anime, so if he makes a video game and I play that and then it becomes a series, I'm alright with it.
Was it literally like, go and marry Kojima?
Yeah.
Or marry Krista? Like, that must have been a tough decision.
No, it was Kojima, unavailable, Krista.
I hope she doesn't want this one.
You know what? I think she knew going into it that if that became an option,
Yes.
You're out.
where
Yeah.
she stood.
Yeah, she knows. She knows my love of gaming and how it's incredibly unhealthy.
You've lost 90 pounds.
Yeah, I have lost 19 pounds. I'm trying to shape up for Kojima. And not get out of breath going upstairs.
Both of those things are
Both of
good.
those things are good. Last but not least, Sony isn't trying to control Kojima.
Free reign.
Free reign. I think that's sort of evident wherever he was going to
Smart.
go. Well, exactly, but wherever he was going, he was not going to sign a contract unless he had complete creative
Well, they
reign.
completely learned this from when Jeremy Clarkson and his crew were looking at Netflix or Amazon. That's what Sony learned from that.
Yeah. There was a few things else. There was one other thing that I didn't put in here, but he's also always keeps his word on budgets and time frame. He wanted to make that clear to people because obviously everybody thought the arguments were that he goes over budget and constantly asks for more money and stuff. He never does, actually, according to him. He always stays on budget, stays on time frame. People just get impatient. He said Metal Gear Solid 5 was only about 5 or 6 months behind of his original time frame. So,
Which, given the size of the game,
You know what? I'd be like, what do you want? You know, this giant white check that just has your name written on it, and
You just put the number
Just
there.
put the zeros.
I would only assume that Sony's approach to Kojima's contract would be very much Sony letterhead.
yeah.
Just sign this line here. We'll figure out the rest.
I've already signed it.
It's Andrew House walking over with a blank sheet of paper. You write out your contract, I'll sign the bottom.
It's pre-signed on Sony letterhead.
Yeah.
Just write it up, give
Just
it to
write
me.
it up and give it to me.
He puts it on the typewriter. This is how it's going.
Yeah. If he has a typewriter, that's weird.
No,
That would be
man.
awesome.
That is
yeah.
that is.
I could see
that is-
Kojima
yeah,
using a typewriter.
let's be serious.
and
Like
it makes
that.
me happy.
That is like.
It-
What's
it-
the word? Rustic? No, that's not the right word. What word am I thinking of? You know, it's like.
Wow, this podcast on words tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think
I'll
of.
remember.
Struggling with the English.
Retro?
No.
Antique.
It's.
Old fashioned?
Yeah, there we go. It's old fashioned.
Halo 5 microtransactions have already accumulated $1.5 million in sales,
Hey, 20 bucks
Wow.
of my money's in there. I'll never get that back.
proving that microtransactions are never, ever, ever, ever going away because everybody buys them. That's the appeal of microtransactions. If you're
Wait.
only going to spend $2, you always think it's only $2.
Let me refrain. Let's bring this back though. Halo 5 came out when? November?
Yes.
Wasn't in like mid-December they announced they had raised 1.3 million. So
It's-
they've
it's-
done 200,000 in 2 months.
Yeah, but it's always going to slow down.
Not bad, I guess.
You got to understand too that those microtransactions are only for like progression helping and stuff, right? So
No.
No?
They're for the cards.
what do the cards do?
Give you weapons and guns to use in the game.
Oh,
And
interesting. I did not know that. I thought it was just for.
No, you can get these cards by just progressing your level, or you can
Okay.
purchase packs that give you cards.
Moving on, evidence has emerged this week of possible Bioshock collection coming to Xbox One, PS4, as the name has been rated by the Brazilian ratings board. This also includes PC, PS3, and Xbox 360. I never played Infinite, got bored with Bioshock, the original one. If this comes out for the next-gen consoles, I will buy that collection.
Infinite was really fun.
Yeah,
Because
well,
you were in the sky and
I'm-
everything, and
I really do want to give it another go, because when I played it, I wasn't in the right mindset to play games anyway. So everybody gets that feeling where you're playing a game and you're just like, I don't even want to play anything.
Infinite
Um,
was fun.
Yeah. Anybody else going to pick it up if it comes out?
Nope.
No.
I'm done picking up old games because I just play them for a couple weeks and then I trade them in. Like
Sure.
Borderlands, the Handsome Collection, that's gone.
I bought that because I never played Borderlands and I tried it and it just wasn't for me. I did like 2
But you
more
can't
than
play it
prequel though.
Like I reinstalled Mass Effect 3. Tried playing that. Haven't touched it since.
I think that's a reason. I think that's one of the reasons why you haven't heard of a Mass Effect trilogy like announcement for next gen because
No,
those
because they
games are
already did that.
massive time investments.
But
It's
yes.
not. It's not just
They did that for 360 and PS3. They're not going to do it again. At that point, it's just like, yeah, everyone already owned this or played this at this point. Let's just focus
Maybe.
on Mass Effect 4. Put all of your money there.
If it
There's no
comes,
Mass Effect 4.
Shh.
Mass Effect Andromeda, whatever.
There you go.
Mass Effect 4.
It's referenced all the way to the internet as Mass Effect 4, so don't be a dick.
PlayStation Plus vote. Sorry.
I was just going to say
Okay.
the internet's wrong in this case.
PlayStation Plus vote to play winner is a Broforce, which hurts me a little bit because I voted for the Cactus one
I don't ask me. I
or
don't remember.
Cactus one, whatever it is. Anyway.
Cactus.
Cactus.
Is
Tactics is a
band.
band, yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
What- What's Broforce?
it's a pixel art,
Side-scrolling shooter.
side-scrolling like '80s action movie shooter where everybody.
Are you part of the Broforce?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there are like 26 bros to
Did
choose
we-
from.
Oh, never mind.
So that's the only one that they've revealed for March as far as free games go because it won. We don't know what else is coming. So
I want to point this out now, seeing as how we're sitting here, we're a little ways in. We made sure the board was on, right?
Yeah.
oh yeah, everything's good.
I am ahead of this. I had the camera all set up.
Absolutely.
Is it? No, it's not doing anything.
Futurama mobile game coming and will have show's trademark humor.
Yes.
Writers say.
Game of Drones!
That's
Yeah.
what it was. I couldn't
Game
remember.
of Drones! I'm so excited. Just don't make a Game of Thrones. Like, make it better.
Yeah, as long as it has the writing, it should be at least fun to play for a little while.
Everybody needs to come back as voice acting.
We'll see. Activision hit with a round of layoffs after Guitar Hero and Skylanders underperform. No exact numbers were revealed, but I would imagine if... I mean, I saw Skylanders dying a long time ago because...
Well, when they were recycling the same thing for the 4th time.
yeah.
That's like using the same dead horse to beat another dead horse that's beating another dead horse.
And I think Guitar Hero and Rock Band alike, it was still way too early for them to come back because nobody wants to spend $130 on a guitar. And Guitar Hero, I think, was the more interesting one because they changed it. But Rock Band was the same thing again, and you had to buy all the plastic instruments again, and, it's just a lot. So,
It's so fun.
yeah. Last but not least, the Division beta breaks new IP record with 6.4 million players, and that brings us into our topic because we finally...
one of them.
We finally all got to play it because it was open this time to everybody. So we're going to go over what we thought what we were excited about, and improvements since the closed beta, which I think I was the only one here that.
That's
played
what I
it.
was
Yeah.
going to ask you. Is
Yeah.
What were the major things that struck out?
So I'll start with the
with
improvements, and so the closed beta. The problem was running around the dark zone. It was empty as shit, other than other players. The NPCs took a really long time to respawn. So running around and trying to gain just normal rep from doing that was extremely difficult. The only way you could gain rep was actually from killing other agents, which is not always what I want to do. I always want to be kind of the crusader of sorts, where if somebody has a skull and is being a dick, I love to kill them, which we did a lot last on Saturday, I believe, which I was doing that with Champagne and Scott, and. But they improved that in this. So the respawn rates were really good. In fact, we actually got screwed over a bunch of times when we were playing, and they respawned right on us, and all of a sudden we were all dead. But we'll start with that. I like that they still kept it to 20% of the map, and the small amount they did allow you to get one extra mission in. But I want to know what you guys thought, because this was your first time playing the beta. Sam, you had some pretty positive things to say?
My favorite moment is when we are waiting for an extract in the dark zone, and I point out, I'm like, there's a guy over there. He's just being really sneaky, hiding over there. Just watch out. And Champagne just literally nonchalantly runs over there, sees the guy, just waves at him.
Yeah.
And then he comes over, and he's standing really close to Mike. And his other buddy's there. I'm on top of this container, and I've just got my M16 just pointed at his head, and I'm like, try something. It's like, I dare you. It was great. No,
So,
there's so many moments.
You
like
liked the beta, though? Yeah?
I was afraid of the dark zone, but as we figured out, you can't shoot your own teammates.
Yep, which is an awesome, awesome thing.
Unless you're wanted, I think.
I don't. Yeah, well, maybe.
I think because we never tested it, but
it wouldn't. It wouldn't matter because your whole group goes wanted if you go wanted. So
yes,
yeah.
but I think you could kill your own group.
Yeah.
But
I'm wanted anyways. Screw
Yeah.
y'all.
but, that's a nice thing. So it means I can't get screwed over by Matt. Thank the fucking Lord.
Yeah.
And then
No, I just get scared when someone's running at us and I shoot them by accident because I thought they were going to do something banana.
I found it interesting because the trailer they showed when they were advertising the Dark Zone was people turning on each other.
Yeah, which
can't happen because you can't shoot each other. I think they probably realized that would just cause a lot of grief, and maybe they just took that out.
They just decided.
But it is
Friendship
nice.
Ruining Simulator 2016.
It is nice because you want to work together. When you go and do that extraction,
Yeah.
you want to bunker down,
You
and
did.
if anybody comes at you, you want to make sure that you're ready. Not, oh, I accidentally shot Josh, and now we're all flagged as rogue, and now everybody knows where we are, and they can come kill us. Like we don't want that.
Biggest. Oh, what was I going to say? Damn it. What did you say? You said something.
Josh didn't say anything.
Yeah, you said something earlier, like 2 seconds ago.
Nope.
Yeah.
I did.
Right before.
No idea what I said.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Sam, I want your. Okay, did you like the beta?
Yes.
What did you like the most about it, other than the Dark Zone? Do you feel the missions were adequate?
It's smooth.
Yeah.
It fills the void of
Almost no load times for anything.
none, other than when you die or you like that one mission where you go up this elevator. It loaded there, but
2 second load time to get down.
The load times are like. I remember when.
It's not Destiny.
I remember when Tony Hawk Underground, or was it Tony Hawk American Wasteland? One of the Tony Hawk's game advertised having no load times.
Yeah.
And it had, for the game at the time, had very little.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like you don't sit behind load.
Even
walls.
going into the Dark Zone is like open one door, go into the other door, and you're in.
Open
and you're loaded
door,
in.
buy a shop. You can buy stuff. Go outside. Done.
Josh, what did you think of the beta? I'm really interested because I knew you would like it because it's the type of game that we both like, where it's like cover-based shooter. Metal Gear is a cover-based shooter, so
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
yeah.
I didn't play it obviously as much as you guys did because I didn't really get to try it until later last night, and then it was kind of over by that time. But I got enough to get a feel for it.
Yep.
The controls are smooth. It looks good. The cover-based portion of it is done very well because I'm always concerned about getting sticky cover points.
Yeah.
I like the transition system that they put in.
For like transitioning between covering.
Yeah.
So good. It's like one of the best ones. I love that you can stop in mid, like moving between cover. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was doing a mission trying to get the doctor, and I went to transition from one section to another, and then suddenly a named guy came out, and he was like right where I was headed for.
Yeah.
So I like the ability to just kind of stop and be like, oh crap, because
Yeah.
I've been in cover-based shooters where that wasn't an option, and suddenly you're sitting underneath their feet,
Yep.
and it's annoying. So overall, I was pleased with what I played of the beta. I didn't get to do any of the Dark Zones, so I don't know what that experience is like, but I can only assume, based on everything else I saw, that it would be fun with friends.
I played the first mission, the one with the doctor. I played it on normal myself,
Mhm.
and then me and Matt went. We played it on hard.
Yep.
The biggest thing I like about that is not like Destiny, where it's just we're just gonna make these guys bullet sponges and then that's it. On hard, there's more enemies too that come at you, not just
Different
the fact-
varieties too.
Different
depending.
variety of enemies, more of them, and they're tougher,
Yeah.
which makes it even worse.
I'm hoping that there's like this big curveball they throw late game that like we were mentioning on Double Take that it's going to be Rikers Island is like the raid or end game content that you can do, which would be really awesome. One of the best weather systems in the game. In a game,
Yeah.
it's like when it's a blizzard, like you can't fucking see a goddamn thing.
Except snow doesn't really last.
Yeah, but
It's
it is
weird.
New York. They don't get a lot of snow. No, it's the truth. They don't. But I hope there's like a weird
Here in
curveball.
Canada.
Yeah,
I'm just I look outside and there's like 8 feet of snow.
yeah.
Not this year, but
There's.
past years.
I hope there's a really cool curveball near the end of the game that introduces like some weird, cool enemy types
Dune
and stuff.
buggies.
Probably not. But Matt, what did you think of the game? Because I know you have a little bit of a different opinion on it.
He hates cover-based shooters.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of cover-based shooters as much as I love Tomb Raider and Uncharted, but because it does take me a while to get through them. So I was playing this, and until I got the shotgun and the marksman rifle, I did enjoy it a bit more. I felt that there isn't going to be a lot to keep me going in the game. I know it was only a beta, but it didn't feel like there was anything to do when we were in the Dark Zone.
So this is the main problem, because if the beta is just this, if the main game is this only on a bigger map, they are going to run into problems, just like Destiny did. But if the beta is actually restricted, like they say it is, and like there's all this other content, and we can only get to level 8, max level is level 30, there is going to be a lot of stuff.
Certain streets, when you walked in, it said level 9 to 12.
Oh, yeah.
So they're
There's a huge area. There's more areas coming. They took out Brooklyn already. They're going to be adding that later on.
probably wall.
Maybe, but regardless
most likely.
of what it is, it's a really great game, and it's important to know that they dropped you in the middle of a game where you started at level 4 and it looked like you were in a mid mission.
That's the middle.
Well, the middle
the
of
start.
a game is how I said that.
And instead of Destiny, where you played the exact same first missions as you did when you bought the full version of the game when it first came out. That's what he's saying. You
And-
actually don't see where you start from 0
Yes,
to 4.
so you don't see how the story envelops. You don't know if there's going to be some like pre-virus attack or
Probably
dollar
video
flu
of some
attack.
sort.
Maybe, but I like that they dropped you in with decent weapons so that you could see what the game is like instead of other betas, which is like, here, play to level 8, and you have to do the first 4 hours of grinding on your own and things like that. It's not going to be the main game is not going to be as easy as the beta is what I'm trying to say, because you started off with rare weapons and stuff like that. In the main game, you're not. You're probably going to start off with a pistol. Like that's yeah.
Biggest thing that annoys me though, and it's not just this game; it's games in general. A little bit off topic here, but that's okay. Beta, the word, is being used incorrectly. A beta was designed to find out glitches, bugs, any issues with the game, and then you would report. You'd have beta testers who would test the game before the pre-launch of the game, report any of these bugs, and they would fix them. They should start calling them demos again, because this was blatantly a demo.
Yeah, it's for sure. It's to
It
get
should have
people
been
hyped. It's
a demo.
they do use the information they get from the beta, but you're right. We're not beta testers.
What
we just
information?
play it. Yeah,
We played it and that's it. Like
they
I said,
monitor it. Is all I'm
they're-
saying. But
It's
probably
more-
monitoring some
yeah.
crashes and stuff like that, but it's still
yeah,
the word is not used properly.
No,
Which
you're
annoys
right.
me more.
you're
than
right.
anything.
Yeah, for sure. I'm hoping this game has as much content as they're promising, because I do think you're going to have a lot of people switching from Destiny over.
I need to.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because you guys play with Champagne a lot, and he
Yep.
put this in earlier, and I told him I would read it, I'm going to. So his response to Division is, if only 2 weeks go by and everyone has all the Orange Gear mods, it's going to be a dead game, plain and simple, and the raid's going to be able to save it. If everyone has all the best gear too quickly, No point playing besides PvP. And in PvP, unless they continually add better orange weapons to the Dark Zone drops, there's no incentive to play the PvP.
Yes. And that's what everybody's fear of this game is.
Didn't it take you 15 hours to get that orange weapon? So it's not going to take 2 weeks.
No,
But
these they're ranked 12. It's not going to be that easy.
No.
I think the beta was specifically designed to be easier and to allow you to try all these things.
I think they're doing what most MMOs. Sorry, quoting the MMO, but what most MMOs don't do. I'm pretty sure they have an overabundance of servers. They probably have more servers than they need for the game to be run on, just for the overflow, so they have a smooth launch. And they're probably going to shut down some servers as they go on. So as the game gets older, you'll probably see more and more people being in the Dark Zone, more and more people running around the normal Manhattan area. Like, that's, instead of being,
They're definitely going to try and manage where people are to make the game feel more full, more full of other players. The problem is just like Destiny, you have to launch with enough content to keep us going until your next content. Yeah. Like, it's okay if we get to endgame and we do the endgame for a few weeks, but much like when the end of the content of a World of Warcraft expansion happens, you always end up waiting 10, 11, 12, 13 months for the next expansion, and you lose lots of people in the meantime. So they just need to be careful with how much content. If they have enough content, it's going to be great. So simple as that. Moving on to our question from the Nanager. Nanu gives us this week, guys. Which game do you guys think will be like Last of Us in the way that a lot of people compare many games to The Last of Us? They compare graphics, gameplay, and most of all, story of The Last of Us. So what game will set the bar in 2016, or will it still be Last of Us?
Last of Us 2.
It's not coming out in 2016.
No, it's going to be Naughty Dog's new title, Many of You.
Many of you. Last of Us, many of you. The many.
The many.
The many.
Oh, the pain that I'm feeling right now.
Deadpool the Game 2. Voiced by Ryan Reynolds.
My obvious two choices, one being far superior, is going to be Uncharted 4. Depending on how they end that game, I think that will determine whether or not people are comparing it, because Uncharted 4 is probably going to be the nicest looking game to date. The other potential, but much lower than Uncharted 4, if anything ever takes Last of Us's place for this sort of comparing greatness thing, is Final Fantasy 15. Because those games have the ability to, wow, this game is beautiful, the gameplay is perfect, the story's actually good in some Final Fantasy games, not all. And that will determine whether or not that becomes that.
I don't think so. I disagree with that just because it's going to be too much of a JRPG, which is what it is.
They're saying maybe.
Last of Us was not. It was more of a gripping story of death, love, and horror.
I'll argue that point to the sense that Final Fantasy IX story is great, and Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6 stories.
You're talking to someone who's never.
I know, and you've never played those. That's what I'm saying. It has the potential to have a great story in a longer version instead of a 15-hour game. Another one that I should mention would be Persona 5, but it depends on how good the story is and stuff, and I don't really know a lot about it. Does anybody else have anything to add?
I am actually going to agree with Aethor, and I think Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be the one to dethrone Last of Us for comparing graphics and story.
Everyone forgot about Guerrilla, and then all of a sudden they come out with that, and we were like...
Nobody forgot about Guerrilla. They just got so damn sick and tired of looking at Killzone games.
We forgot about Guerrilla, because they just disappeared into their cave, and then they, after living in a cave for a while, they came up with this idea.
They threw Killzone out of the cave entrance at us. Go away!
The original plans for Horizon were drawn on the side of that cave.
Alongside the original plans for Killzone, because the original Killzone was fantastic.
No.
It was.
They burnt those.
Except for the glitches.
Yeah. Josh, do you have anything that might take Last of Us, or do you think it's just going to remain The Last of Us?
I don't think it's going to remain The Last of Us, because it can't remain The Last of Us. The Last of Us, I think, will always have this kind of place where even after it's no longer in its zenith, people are still going to say, you know what? you want to do what The Last of Us did when it came out.
Yeah.
So it's no longer directly comparing it to the game, but comparing it to
what it did.
What it did.
And the impact it had, yeah.
Naughty Dog always has the ability to be that game. And, you know, if they take everything they learned from doing Uncharted originally, and then everything that they learned from doing The Last of Us, because we can all agree that between the Uncharted series and The Last of Us, it was a very different style of storytelling. They were both really good storytelling. They were just very different styles.
Yep.
If they can take that and kind of find a way to mesh it and show this is how you can end a series,
Yeah.
they have the ability to make it that next game. But Naughty Dog also has that ability that sometimes they can overshoot and it'll wind up being a little lackluster.
That's why I said the ending of Uncharted 4 will determine whether or not we talk about Uncharted 4 for years to come. Because if it ends perfectly the way we want it, and the way that it should end, then, okay, this was, like, the perfect ending. Uncharted 4 is a great game. It's a 10. It's a masterpiece. All that good stuff. So
Even if it ends the exact opposite of how we want it to, we're going to talk about, for years to come, Mass Effect 3.
So,
yeah.
I'm going to say it right now. This is the one I actually think.
No. Shock Fu, are you kidding me?
I think Horizon's going to give everything a run for its money, though.
Hopefully.
Like, from everything I've seen for... No, put your
Look
phone
at
away.
that face.
Come on. Put it away. Put it away.
Anybody have anything else to add on that?
No.
Let's move on to our last question from Joel, and he writes in, what would it take to get you guys to E3? I'm sure you guys could set up a booth in the corner, right?
Money.
Patreon.
20. Yeah,
Shameless
Patreon.
plug.
Shameless plug
No.
for Patreon. The reality
$2,800
is we actually have enough traffic, and because you don't getting into E3 from all the research that I've done is not actually that difficult. You need to have a website dedicated to video games, and you need to prove that you cover video games on a regular basis. Check. Then you can apply to E3, which if you have a certain amount of users, which is a high number of monthly concurrent users for 6 months straight, then yes, you can get free passes. Never going to happen for small websites. IGN, GameSpot, things like that, they don't pay for their passes, they just pay to get there. We, however, can apply for normal media passes and pay for our own trip. The problem is that a 3-day pass to E3 is almost $1,000 a ticket. So what would it take for us to get to E3? Literally, to Josh's point, money. It's the only... We do this as a hobby. We'd love to do it full time. We don't. So unfortunately, when it comes to paying rent or going to E3, I should probably pay the rent.
No. It's not probably. I'm going to
pay the rent. Yeah.
I need to keep probably going to pay the rent.
We would never have a booth there. I would love to rent a hotel room and somehow work a way to get Wi-Fi set up there and maybe do a live broadcast every night while we're there.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, it'd be
expensive.
It'd be awesome. To do something like that, and it will be our goal at some point. But it honestly comes down to money, because we can easily apply and probably get passes.
You know what?
That
if
we
you know
pay
any
for.
rich
We applied
friends,
last
Yeah.
And they accept it within like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
if you know any rich friends that are just looking at throwing some money somewhere,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If somebody knows somebody or happens to be
won the lottery.
Independently wealthy,
Yes.
and you say to yourself, sending 4 people that I listen to, or I know someone that listens to E3, just so I can listen to what they say, that's how we get there.
But yeah, we're slowly growing. We're definitely, like, last week's podcast had the most views of any podcast, and hopefully that trend keeps going, and hopefully Patreon gets bigger. We don't ever want to have like millions of dollars from people giving us money and stuff.
Wait, speak for yourself.
Yeah, okay, it'd be great to have millions of dollars. We don't. We would love to have just enough to pay the 4 of us to do this for a living, which takes a lot more. So honestly, the other thing that can happen is you guys retweeting our stuff, sharing our stuff, driving people to the forums, driving people to our YouTube channels and to our Patreon and all that good stuff. But great question, because we do at someday want to go to E3.
It would be a dream of ours.
Isn't that like phase 1 of Gaming Lag? Get to E3.
Get to E3.
And then after that we figure out phase 2.
After that, it's just we figure out what else happens
What's
after
next
that.
after phase 2?
Yeah.
Like all looking at each other.
No.
So
what's next?
we did E3.
Game Awards is next.
Yeah. Let's do some plugs.
Oh my God.
Let's do some plugs and get out of here. If you want to follow me, I'm at Chalices on Twitter. If you want to follow Matt,
At ManW
if you want to follow Josh,
At Joe Gliggle.
if you want to follow Sam,
At Mr. Glooming.
and if you want
I
to follow
did.
us as a collective group, we are at Gaming Lag, 2Gs and Lag. Thank you very much for watching. Go to Patreon if you want to support us. The draws for people sending in the topics and the questions will be next week. So if you have any questions that you want us to answer, you are entered in for a t-shirt every month. All the patrons also get entered into anything they want off of the merch store every month, so there's an incentive to do that as well. And I think that's it for housekeeping notes. Oh, blog. I'm doing my top 10 games list. I will finish that off this week. I did the first the first 5, I guess. So go to gaminglag.com and visit the blog there. And if you can, guys, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not already. That's it. Gaming Lag out. We're still hanging out, guys. If you want, I'm just going to use the bathroom really quick and then edit this podcast. So if you guys still want to chat and stuff, as per the usual, we will. Matt, I'm way too big to fit through that. So you need to...
How? Who
I don't
could
know,
read
dude.
that? That makes no sense. Like that. Like what the fuck is that first letter?
R.
Is that an R?
Capital R, capital W, U, lowercase r, capital G.
I think it's a K.
Why did you ask if you're not going to listen?
I'm listening. Just thinking, probably.
Anything exciting going on in the chat?
No. there hasn't
Asking
been.
me what I'm doing, probably.
No.
Nobody
I
cares.
told everybody earlier what you were doing and what you were freaking out about. You were trying to join the forums.
The
Also-
confirmation code you're entering is incorrect. Fucking bullshit.
Has anyone watched No Game, No Life? I have not.
I don't even know what that is.
Neither do I.
I'm guessing it's an argument
Thank you,
about no
Catch a
gaming, no
Rubear
life.
Pigman. I don't actually know who you
Wow,
are or seen
that
you
is
before.
unique. I love it.
I love you.
Have you seen No Game, No Life yet? No Game, No Life. Aether's asking. I don't know what it is.
no, I haven't.
Documentary.
Have any of you Final Fantasy lovers watched Machina Abridged yet? It's a Final Fantasy parody.
No.
You should watch it.
You know, Mike, some words are interesting.
There's Lord X showed it to me, and it's like the fucking greatest thing on the planet. They
Okay.
literally voice over.
You need to fix the captcha thing on the
I
forums,
can't
'cause
fix
that's
it. It's just what
bullshit.
the damn forums use.
Alright, you're lucky. If you use it on an iPhone, you get ads, and it takes you forever to get it to the forums.
Oh, I feel like I might as well just have my pen on the table.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's an Apple Pen!
Oh,
It belongs.
We have a new
Sorry, but this username is already
What?
taken.
We have a new what?
We have a new watcher.
Yay! Someone hijacked Mr. Gloom and Doom.
Are you sure you haven't signed up already?
That's hilarious.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Log in.
I blocked that
Matt,
from creating.
It's not just...
Oh, it's not just?
It's everything.
Okay. It doesn't do that on the computer.
I have to wait 130 seconds before I can actually go to the
I know.
fucking... What is this?
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
it's
we don't
okay,
get
buddy.
anything from those ads.
What?
Unless Mike's not telling us something.
All of the money we get goes to draws and paying for the website.
Thanks, Dom.
Thanks,
Yeah, Dom, thanks.
Whatever we're thinking.
He said, good job as always, boys. Love that. Obviously, plan matching shirts bit.
Obviously planned. Not planned at all.
Like, he's offended.
I wore this because it's like the only sweater I have, and I didn't want to wear my big heavy coat because it was too warm for that.
I don't normally wear sweaters.
So, Ketcheroo Bear Pigman must be on one of our friends' list, probably mine, because he's a first-time watcher. Just came across us live on PlayStation.
Nice.
So,
Nice. Neato.
I apologize for taking my shirt off earlier.
Don't apologize, that's the real reason he's here.
That's the yeah. The clip on like live from PlayStation is just Josh with his shirt off, and he's like, "Oh,
Well, let's log in.
What's going on here?
It's gonna be this type of podcast, is it?
oh yes."
Like
I don't know
finding
why I
out,
said it like that,
like
man.
finding out earlier tonight that there's such a thing as a freaking Walking Dead porno. Who would have known?
Weird.
I don't. Does
oh, he wasn't here for that.
does
Yeah,
it like
it was-
break
oh.
off inside by accident?
No, it was just weird. It was John Oliver talking about how, like, different ethnicity characters are being played by white people all the time, and how it was whitewashing the Oscars.
But, like, in Walking Dead, Glenn is played by an Asian guy.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't even get an ethnic proper person in the porno.
Parody.
In the porno parody.
Yeah.
It's a white guy, and he's like, and the guy who plays her is
Are
like,
we
no.
at the point where we're judging porno parodies based on ethnicity? It's a porno parody.
It was John Oliver. What do you want me to tell you?
Like free
Ethnicity.
Yeah, whatever.
Free apps valid for 0 seconds. The time ran out. Give me the forums.
So next week, all 4 of us need to have the same
Go
shirt.
back and click on View Classic Version.
Judge it based on the fact that it's a Walking Dead porno parody. That's it. That's where the end of the judging happens.
I'm Birdman 1983. So yes. It was because of my friends list. So it's a good thing that I have over 200 friends on my friends list.
Nobody wants to be my friend.
Yeah. Hey, DJ Charlie subscribed to
Yeah,
us.
catch Rue, Bear, Pigman. Do you have a shortened version of your name, Catch
Or, you know,
Pigman.
maybe
We can call you Catcheroo.
Oh, that's
Oh,
yeah.
I like that.
Hey, Catcheroo.
Makes me think of Dunkaroos.
Oh, God.
Oh, now
not
you've
bad.
ruined it. Now we gotta call him
Bear Pigman.
Bear Pigman.
I
You
kind
know
of
what?
like that.
I kind of like
You
Bear
know what?
Pigman.
Now I think
Man, Bear
about
Pig.
Man Bear Pig in South Park. Yeah.
Vader, I'm sorry, I'm not wearing the same shirt as the rest of them.
You think?
Yeah, you did.
You missed it.
I don't have the same shirt as
Vader Van Odin.
Then get the same shirt as us.
Have a good night, Azor.
Later,
Good
Azor.
March.
Bye, bye, bye.
I mean, he's probably gone by the time he actually hears us.
Oh, yeah.
If I wear the same shirt as them, I can't wear cool Deadpool shirts like this.
He's got a good point.
Thank you, Sam.
I need some more graphic t-shirts. Realize that.
I don't have
I
any
could wear the
graphic
same shirt
t-shirts.
as Mike, but he lost his somehow.
What shirt?
Don't remind me. I can't.
It
It's my
got
Naughty Dog
it got
fan.
eaten by the dryer monster.
No, it didn't get eaten.
So
I looked
the washing
everywhere.
machine.
Your cat stole it, man, and it stuck it underneath
That
the
wouldn't
litter
surprise
box.
me. My cat is a dick.
I had a shirt ruined
It's only because
just
you got
tonight
shit room.
because of the dryer monster. Except the dryer monster was Madison throwing a plastic cup in the dryer.
I
hope it was empty for your sake.
It was.
I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, how does, like, do you ever sometimes think to yourself, how did my life get to this point?
On a daily basis.
Have you met me? Have we talked?
So every time you're sitting alone with a moment to yourself, you're thinking,
It doesn't have to be alone.
what unfortunate chain of events led me here?
Love my kids. Put that out there. But there are an awful lot of things, experiences, that I blame Mike for.
The three of
That's
you
fine.
have to match me.
Listen, I like.
I
wearing
can,
cool
I'm trying to
graphic
grow a
t-shirts.
beard, it's not happening.
Well, he's so cute, though.
I think he meant the shirt, Sam.
After we're done live on here, we're doing our patron exclusive episode, which will be a Deadpool spoiler cast.
You have entered an incorrect username or password. Yeah, well, fuck the forums. Can't get it to work.
Apparently you can't even close an iPad adequately. Shut up! You expecting us to believe you put the right information in? Love you.
You're a whore.
Oh, and Sam, earlier the tier thing I did is because I do work next Monday and I will not be here.
Oh.
I'm missing the draw. That was why the tier.
The Monday after next Monday, I won't be here.
So, did my brother win one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he hasn't given us the info. Which one?
Yeah, I don't think he knows.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll tell him. Maybe I won't.
The week's news.
Our first month's winner were your brother, the Better Landry, and oh god,
It came back.
Wow.
Shut up!
the other one? I don't remember. Ava? No, it wasn't Ava.
Uh-huh.
I have no phone.
David? No. Who won last month? I don't remember.
Aethor.
This is the worst game of Russian roulette I've ever seen. There's only one missing one. That's not how you play the game.
Remember when we had so much fun with these, and torturing Mike with them?
I'm using him during the podcast and him yelling at us.
Good times. You know, those
With the horrible camera that
those were better days.
Are you saying it because Josh wasn't here?
Huh.
I wasn't gonna say anything. You just had to point that out, and I mentioned now I look like an asshole.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
See how it is.
I prefer you here over Sam, Josh. It's okay.
If I had feelings, they'd be wounded.
They died a long time ago.
I buried them years back. Buried them
I don't
deep.
want to keep playing Unravel or if I'm done with it now. It doesn't look like it's gonna.
I don't want to shoot this because I don't want to lose them again. I'm so gonna call it the gaming lag corner.
Well,
That's fair.
I mean,
It's not wrong.
you're not wrong.
Not incorrect.
You're not right. You're
Not
never
left.
right. Oh.
Oh, look at that! Oh, an email from the gaming lag forums.
Somebody's tried to use your account. Don't worry, they're dumb and they didn't know the info.
Your account is currently inactive. The administrator of the board will need to activate it before you, so I have to wait for you guys to do something.
That would be you, Mike.
The administrator of the board. Did you choose that title?
No. What? No.
It's administrator of the board. We'll need to activate it before you can log in. You will receive another email.
No, but
when
I
this
have
will
it
be
set
done.
differently than that. I'll go check it after this. Just give me a second.
Please do not forget your password. It has been encrypted in your database. In our database, we cannot retrieve it for you. However, if you forget your password, you can request a new one, which will be activated.
Don't forget
in
your
7
password. We
days.
can't we can't change it. But if you did forget it, let us change it.
That's basically what that said.
No, it's saying they can't go get it.
Ah.
I'll read it again. Pay attention. Please do not
That's not-
forget your password.
Let me read it again. You obviously weren't listening.
I felt a very much. I was channeling my inner John Oliver there because that was great. I love it.
He has a heavy influence on how I talk. A lot.
I can't tell.
At all.
Now, a bucket of ferrets.
And now, a bucket of sloths.
It was a bucket of sloths.
I know, but I like
As
ferrets
promised.
more. Ferrets are
As promised.
I call them.
Welcome back, 19%. And let me ask you this. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, there it goes.
You broke it.
I did.
It's bleeding everywhere. If you want to know why this is here, become a Patreon. What? I'm not wrong. We're not gonna tell them.
We already told them the Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
It's a Deadpool spoiler
God
cast.
damn it!
Well, I'm going to
Clearly you weren't
announce
paying
it.
attention. Let me
Let me say that again.
You already did.
Oh, God. He's just magnetized. He's gonna fall over now. What are you doing?
He's drunk.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
Deadpool probably couldn't be drunk. Wouldn't his cells regen too quick?
I don't know.
Well, being drunk is your body inevitably trying to keep you alive because alcohol is poison. And Deadpool would regenerate
Wolverine can get drunk.
So
faster.
I
Well, that
figured
doesn't make sense either.
Deadpool would be able to get drunk also. Then.
Okay, well then there's a clear flaw in the universe of Marvel.
Listen, we're talking about a company who has like 18 different versions of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
That's not fair. There's only like 17.
Are we done?
Alright, let's go to the... Yeah. Well, we're...
I don't know,
If nobody's
Matt's
talking,
grabbing
that's
the
cool.
controller.
You can stop it then. I'm
No,
cool
we
with that.
haven't had anything since
Alright.
Vader said.
Well, we're going to stop the stream then, guys, and I'm done editing it. It should be up in audio form. I'll be tweeting that out, and the video should be up later tonight.
Yes.
Sure. Thanks for watching.
Gaming like.